All right, here after the Urbanites defeat UH Hilo 74-64 to start a three-game homestand, here with head coach LaNay Larson and sophomore Krystal Forthan. Coach, we'll start with you. Can you just talk a little bit about what your game plan was against this Vulcans team today?
The first thing we talked about was having more composure and being disciplined. I thought that that's something we struggled with, and we looked like a really young team against Holy Names, and so that's something that we're progressively going to get better at. I thought down the stretch, we made free throws, we took good care of the ball. They hit a couple of big shots, but for the most part, I felt like we defended well. I was still working on the rebounding aspect. I felt like first half it was really good, and second half we struggled a little bit across the board. But this team has tons of room for improvement. We've got lots of talent. We haven't even come close to reaching our potential yet. But as long as we keep getting better each game and learning from our mistakes, I think that come March we'll be ready to go.
And Krystal, you your second consecutive game with more than 20 points and 10 rebounds. But you also had 6 blocks today. Can you talk a little bit about the defensive mentality you had going into this one?
Just going out for this game, as being my first home game here, just going out, try to block everything that comes inside the lane. That's my job. I'm the garbage person, but at the end of the day, just make sure I don't foul when I'm trying to block and just keep my hands straight up.
And can you talk just a little bit about down the stretch? You guys, Hilo obviously trying to, it's their first trip on the mainland, and they were kind of smelling maybe a chance of a comeback, but you guys sort of stuffed that one out.
Yeah, it was important. They hit a couple of big shots, but then we came down and had good offensive possessions and ended up getting the score, drawing a foul. And so that's important, that we're smart on the offensive end. And again, hitting free throws down the stretch is huge. Getting the ball in the right people's hands, and we did a much better job of executing what we drew up in timeouts and stuff today.
And Krystal, for you too, as your first home game, pretty big crowd. Can you talk a little bit about the atmosphere and what it was like to be? You've obviously seen what it can be like here, but pretty good support.
Yeah, every student who's seen me today was like, "I'm coming to your game. I'm coming to your game." I was like, "All right, cool. You got to be loud and cheer and support." So it's great to have your student body also at a big game like this, and the kind of first game back from being from Hawaii, stuff like that, a home game. So I thought it was great.
Finally, Coach, you guys have 2 more games against 2 more Hawaii teams here in this homestand. Can you talk a little bit about your focus there?
We've got to continue to get better each game, and we had big margins of victory over there, but we talked about defensively. I didn't think it was the best basketball that we could play, so that's something we're going to focus on, defense and rebounding, because those are the 2 things you can control. And so just because you beat a team once, you can't take that for granted the second time around. We're going to get everybody's best shot. We're leading the conference. We're picked to win conference. Everybody's going to give us their best game.